Hello students, today we will start current electricity. So what is current electricity? The study of electric charges in motion is called current electricity. You know about electric current. What is electric current? Rate of flow of charges is known as electric current. Here we can define that as the amount of charge flowing across an area in unit time. Then for steady flow of charge, we can write this equation I is equal to Q divided by T. You know rate of flow of charges is called current. Q is the charge and T is the time. Then I is the current. What is the unit of this current? You know ampere is the unit of current. Then coulomb is the unit of charge and second is the unit of time. So we can write coulomb per second also. We can write that as 1 ampere is equal to 1 coulomb per second. Then children, if the rate of flow of charge varies with time, then we can write this current as dq divided by dt. I is equal to dq by dt. Now, you know about the direction of current. Here you know, in this circuit diagram you can see the direction of current is shown from positive terminal to negative terminal. So here we can say the direction of motion of positive charges is taken as the direction of current. That we are taking as the direction of conventional current, and that direction of conventional current means that is opposite to the direction of electronic current. Electrons are flowing in the opposite direction of that positive charges. So electronic direction means like this way, electronic current's direction negative to positive. Our conventional current direction from positive terminal to negative terminal. Then you know this electric current is a scalar quantity. What is the reason for that? Here we can say the laws of ordinary algebra are used to add electric currents, but the laws of vector addition do not apply to add the electric currents. That's why we can say this electric current as a scalar quantity. Then Ohm's law. Ohm's law states that the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference applied across its ends. Then provided the temperature and the other physical conditions remain unchanged. So here you can see I proportional to V. How can we write that equation? We will write this as V proportional to I, and we can write that as V is equal to I into R. That is our Ohm's law's equation. Potential difference is equal to I into R. Okay, here this proportionality sign is removed by this constant R, and we can call this constant R as the resistance of the conductor. Then how can we define this resistance? You know, from this equation we can write resistance as V divided by I, ratio of potential difference to the current. Then how can we define this resistance? That is the property by virtue of which a conductor opposes the flow of charges through it. That is known as resistance. Okay, so here we can say the unit of resistance as ohm. It is represented as ohm here. So SI unit of resistance is ohm. Then you know resistance of a conductor is directly proportional to L. Resistance of a conductor is inversely proportional to area of cross section. So here we can say the resistance of a conductor depends on length of a conductor and area of cross section, then nature of the material also there. First two we can write as expressions like this way: R proportional to L and R proportional to 1 by A. If we combine these two, we can write R proportional to L by A. This is equal to R into rho L by A. Here this proportionality sign can be removed by this constant rho, and this rho is known as resistivity or specific resistance. So here R is equal to rho L by A. How can we write an equation for rho from this? Rho is equal to R into A by L. Then from this we can get an SI unit of this rho. Here you know unit of resistance is ohm, unit of area meter square divided by unit of length is meter. So from this we can write unit of resistivity as ohm meter. Then you know this resistivity depends on the nature of the material of the conductor and the physical conditions like temperature and pressure. Then children, this resistivity is independent of its size and shape. If you are increasing the area of cross section or decreasing area, increasing length, that means making any changes in the length and area of a conductor, that will not affect this resistivity. That is a unique property of a material. But if you are changing the length or area, their resistance will be changed. Then how can we define this resistivity? Then here we can take, if L is equal to 1 meter and area is equal to 1 meter square. Here we know rho is equal to R into A by L. Okay, in this we can substitute then R into A, 1 meter square divided by 1. So here we can write that as R is equal to rho, or in this equation R is equal to rho L by A. If you are putting L is equal to 1 meter and divided by area is equal to 1 meter square, means that you will get R is equal to rho there. Then how can we define this resistivity? It is defined as the resistance offered by a conductor of unit length and unit area of cross section. So if you are taking length is equal to 1 meter and the area of cross section as 1 meter square, then the resistivity will be equal to the resistance offered by that conductor. Okay. Now current density. Current density is the amount of charge flowing per second per unit area normal to the flow of charge. Here we can take that as current per area. Okay, that is current electricity, that is denoted by the letter J. This is a vector quantity, so we can write this as J is equal to I by A. We can take its direction as same as that of the motion of the positive charge. Then from this, what is the unit of this current density? I. Ampere is the unit of current, then divided by unit of area is meter square. So we can write this as A m raised to minus 2. That is the SI unit of this current density. Then here you can see J is equal to I by A. So in general we can write this as I is equal to J dot A. Conductance. The conductance of a conductor is the ease with which electric charges flow through it. From that we can say this conductance is equal to the reciprocal of its resistance. So we can write that as G is equal to 1 by R. Then what is the SI unit of this conductance? You know 1 by R. Unit of resistance is ohm. Then how can we write this? Ohm inverse. Okay, or we can write this as mho, 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 or another one unit there, that is Siemens. Okay, Siemens. Yes, we can use S for that. This is SI unit of this conductance. Then conductivity. Conductance is the reciprocal of resistance. Then how can we define this conductivity? Reciprocal of resistivity of a material is known as its conductivity, that is denoted by the letter sigma. Then we can write the sigma as 1 by rho. This is conductivity. This G is conductance. 1 by R, reciprocal of resistance, conductance. Reciprocal of resistivity is conductivity. Okay, then what is SI unit of this conductivity? SI unit of conductivity is ohm raised to minus 1, meter raised to minus 1. Or we can write this as mho meter raised to minus 1, or Siemens meter raised to minus 1. Vector form of Ohm's law. We can consider E is the magnitude of electric field in a conductor of length L. Then how can we write the potential difference? You know V is equal to E into L. Then from Ohm's law we can write V is equal to I into R. So that we can write as R, you know rho L by A. So I into rho L by A. That is the potential difference. That is from Ohm's law. Then here in this place of V, we can put this EL. Then EL is equal to I into rho L divided by A. We can cut this L. Then we will get E is equal to I into rho by A. You know what is this I by A? I by A is current density, that is J. So we can write this as J rho. Okay, so E is equal to J into rho. This I can write J is equal to 1 by rho into E. You know reciprocal of resistivity. What is that? Conductivity. So we can write that as sigma into E. Okay, so current density is equal to sigma into E. This is the vector form of Ohm's law. Thank you.